In the third year and seventh month of the apocalypse, Squad X is just a few hundred miles from California, but instead of feeling elated, they are somber due to Mac and Addie's departure. It seems unlikely they'll ever meet again in this lifetime. Meanwhile, Murphy is concerned about himself. Ever since being injected with the zombie virus, his body has undergone many changes. Now, not only does his face resemble a zombie's with growing hair, but his skin has also become dry and wrinkled. When he gently tears at it, the skin actually peels off. This situation causes him panic. He doesn't understand what's happening to him. After pondering, Murphy decides not to tell his companions and quietly pockets the peeled skin. As they walk, the road ahead is blocked by a stretched Lincoln lying across the path. To avoid damaging the vehicle, Roberta drives across the adjacent grassland. After a while, they recognize that this place used to be a golf course. To get back on the road, they need to cross a wooden bridge. Uncertain if it can still bear weight, they disembark to assess the situation. Fortunately, the wooden bridge is still strong and has not been damaged by age. At that moment, Roberta's walkie-talkie crackles to life with Citizen Z from the North Pole station. Murphy, angry, snatches the walkie-talkie. He has been furious since being used as a guinea pig. Now, with his body undergoing so many changes, his pent-up emotions erupt. He wishes he could beat up the doctor who injected him with the zombie virus. As Murphy is furiously berating Citizen Z, a group of zombies approaches from a distance. They run out of bullets after just 3 or 4 shots and have to pick up golf clubs from the ground. Surprisingly, they work quite well, but the incoming number of zombies is overwhelming, and they start to encircle the group. Roberta yells for them to take shelter in the clubhouse, hoping to escape the horde. Unfortunately, as soon as they enter, more zombies follow them from another side. After locking the door, they realize Murphy isn't with them, but they're not worried. After all, zombies won't attack Murphy. Before they can catch their breath, more zombies emerge from a room in the house. The narrow space makes it difficult to swing the baseball bats. Cassandra suddenly noticed some small balls inside the basket. She asked 10K to try with the slingshot. As zombies draw closer, they are forced to hide in a compartment. Just when they are struggling to hold out, gunshots ring out from outside, sounding intense. Gradually, the noise ceases. The zombies seem to have been eliminated. They initially think Murphy found weapons and came to rescue them, but the voices from outside are unfamiliar. They remain cautious, as sometimes humans can be more dangerous than zombies. Roberta pulls out her weapon, signaling the others to prepare for a rush outside. Seeing no hostility from the trio they encountered, they lower their weapons, turning to see. Squad X is accustomed to such sights, but the 3 newcomers are stunned by the scene outside. There, Murphy, in a yellow suit he found somewhere, is leisurely playing golf among the zombies. Looks like a good fight. Before the apocalypse, he was just a street thug with no chance to engage in such sports. Now, he's taking full advantage of the opportunity. After playing for a while, Murphy strolls back, whistling, in search of Roberta and the others. Introductions are made, and they get acquainted. The trio turns out to be unexpectedly hospitable, offering barbecued meat chunks from their stash. Janice is particularly concerned about Murphy, making him think he's irresistibly charming. At dinner time, everyone gathers around the table, and Zimmerman serves drinks to each. I don't know if it's just an illusion or what, but they seem to be more interested in Murphy, asking him, consciously or unconsciously, how he was able to have this ability. Roberta is cautious, indirectly reminding Murphy not to share too much, considering they're strangers, but Murphy ignores her warnings, boldly lifting his shirt to show his bite marks. He proudly claims that zombies consider him one of their own and that he's the only one who can save the world. They listen in disbelief, but the evidence is right in front of them. Then Zimmerman proposes to help Squad X reach California to save the world. Raising a toast in celebration, Roberta feels uneasy, her instincts telling her something is off, but she raises her glass politely. Not only that, but Doc was out on sentry duty alone and didn't get a drink, so Henry himself came out with a glass of wine for him. After a brief exchange, Doc downs his drink in one gulp. Satisfied, Henry takes back the empty glass. 10 minutes later, Squad X starts feeling dizzy and yawns incessantly, assuming it's from drinking too much. 10K quickly slumps onto the table, asleep. Murphy mocks him, suggesting it might be his first time drinking, but then Cassandra also collapses, turning Murphy's amusement into concern. Something is definitely wrong. Murphy was the only sober person at the table. Half an hour later, Roberta opens her eyes to find everyone handcuffed together, with a zombie viciously trying to pounce on them, attached to Cassandra's left hand. Lucky the zombies were handcuffed or they'd be dead already. Moreover, Murphy and the three others have disappeared. Roberta calls out twice but quickly stops, aware that attracting zombies from outside would be digging their own grave. She urges everyone to calm down and look for something sharp to deal with the nearby zombie. Doc signals to 10K to check under him for a weapon, but all he finds is something akin to a toothpick. Then Roberta spots an umbrella on top of a cabinet, perfect as a makeshift weapon. Doc and 10K cooperate to grab the umbrella and hand it to Cassandra. Working together, they swing their bound arms to take out the zombie. They were relieved to get rid of the zombies. Otherwise it would have been creepy to have one around all the time. Now, the focus is on unlocking the handcuffs. Roberta slightly turns her body and picks up a nail from the ground with her mouth, hoping it might unlock the cuffs. Meanwhile, Zimmerman and his accomplices, who drugged them, are driving away, with Murphy kidnapped in their vehicle. Murphy, ever talkative, keeps mouthing off no matter who he's with. The trio is somewhat speechless at his non-stop chatter. Murphy sarcastically says, "So, after hearing my story, you think delivering me to California could be profitable, and you could become world-saving heroes? But that seems unlikely, considering you're going the wrong way. California is in the opposite direction." Unexpectedly, Henry replies with disdain, "The place we're heading to isn't California. You'll find out soon enough." Before the apocalypse, they were nobodies, not living as freely as they are now, hence preferring the world not to return to normal. Murphy's face turned ugly. Originally thought they were just greedy for fame and fortune, but never realized that they were outright bad guys. He starts worrying about Roberta and the others, fearing they might already be harmed.
"We left him for the Z's. Darwin will take care of the rest."
Murphy is relieved to know his companions are capable enough to get out of trouble. Indeed, Roberta and the others have already unlocked their handcuffs. They realize that the trio must have tampered with the drinks. 10K speculates whether Murphy might have collaborated with them to escape. However, the others believe it's unlikely, as Murphy, despite his incessant talking, considers them friends and wouldn't betray them. The most plausible scenario is that Murphy was taken by them. Roberta, furious and without a word, prepares to start the vehicle to track down and teach the culprits a lesson, but when she turns the key, the vehicle doesn't respond. Unable to start the car, they are forced to return to the road, hoping to find a usable battery in the abandoned vehicles. However, they are clueless about where Murphy has been taken or even which direction to start searching. Cassandra, without voicing her thoughts, heads straight to the driver's seat and finds a satellite phone. Having suspected its presence due to the antennas she noticed at the rear of the vehicle, with the satellite phone, they contact Citizen Z at the North Pole station, hoping he can help locate Murphy. Upon hearing the situation, Citizen Z's expression darkens. With the destination nearly reached, any problem with Murphy could render everyone's efforts futile. He quickly leverages his resources, searching for the vehicle color described by Roberta via satellite. Soon, he finds a surveillance image on a road, taken 2 hours earlier, in the east direction from Squad X's location. Roberta is about to say more when the signal cuts off. Meanwhile, Zimmerman, with Murphy in tow, arrives at a three-way intersection. Murphy was so desperate to go to the loo, he actually wanted to leave Roberta and the others a clue. Coincidentally, he spots a camera and an LED screen ahead. Citizen Z is puzzled about how to convey this message to the squad. An hour later, Roberta and the team, traveling eastward, also reach the three-way intersection. At a loss, they're unsure which way to go. With no signal on the satellite phone, Doc even considers flipping a coin to decide. Suddenly, a line of text and an arrow appear on the display screen. They gather around, guessing it might be a message from Citizen Z. Ultimately, the squad decides to follow the direction indicated by the arrow. On the other hand, Zimmerman's vehicle has come to a halt, and they prepare to proceed on foot. Under Murphy's questioning, Zimmerman reveals the purpose of their journey. A pharmaceutical factory named Mesa, 6 miles from their location, has a substantial stockpile of drugs, especially OxyContin, a painkiller that's incredibly valuable in the apocalypse, almost tradable for anything. But there are dozens of zombies in there. Some of them are also high on acid and can move very fast. Thus, Murphy's unique ability is needed to safely and smoothly retrieve the drugs. They promise Murphy his freedom in exchange for retrieving the medication. They've stopped the car here to avoid attracting zombies with the noise. Murphy pretends to cooperate, seeing it as a potential escape opportunity. After Zimmerman finished talking, he went to the cockpit. He wanted to tamper with the car so that no one would pass by and mess up their plan. The mechanism will activate as soon as the car door is opened, while their attention is elsewhere. Murphy gets an idea for a bold experiment. He takes their water bottle, spits into it, and quickly puts it back as if nothing happened. Janice, as if compelled, comes over and takes a big gulp of water. Murphy just watched. After setting up the trap on the car, Zimmerman leads them on foot. Murphy's handcuffs are removed, and he starts chatting with Janice, inquiring why she wears a wedding ring but her husband is nowhere to be seen. Mentioning her husband seems to hit a sore spot. Janice shares her story. A month ago, her husband was alive. Zimmerman sent him to the Mesa pharmaceutical factory to get drugs, but he was bitten by zombies and left behind. As they talk, Zimmerman asks them to wait while he scouts ahead. With no one watching him closely, Murphy tells Janice, "You must be upset. Your husband died, and the ambitious Zimmerman is still alive. Do you think Murphy is just being rude by spitting in the water bottle? No, he's testing something." Murphy bows his head and slowly raises his right hand. Strangely, Janice's hand holding the gun also rises as if controlled. This is Murphy's new ability. Anyone who has had contact with him can be controlled by him. Janice seems to struggle momentarily, then regains consciousness. Unaware of what just happened, Murphy stands up, intensifies his mental control, and Janice's hand rises again.